What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another stimulus check update. As of today, the $2,000 stimulus checks are still being talked about. We are still hearing some rumors swirling about what's going to happen with that, but there is very little movement at this point. It's just talks of what we are going to see as we move into the future. But as of right now, it seems like Congress, both Republicans and Democrats, are content with waiting until after the Georgia Senate runoff, which happens tomorrow. What we are seeing right now is the majority of Congress is focused on Georgia. That's what they're focused on. Focused on Georgia and the certification of the Electoral College votes, which happens on January 6th. That's this Wednesday. According to multiple reports, what they're saying is the American people seem content with the $600 stimulus checks. However, I can tell you right now, although the $600 stimulus checks are seen as a good thing, they're not actually helping that much. What the stimulus checks, what their purpose is not to give people that are out of work an additional bonus, the additional $600 on top of the $300 that they get on top of unemployment benefits. That's not it. The purpose of a stimulus check is to help stimulate the economy or certain parts of the economy. But what some people are saying, specifically one of the economists that worked for the Obama administration, she says these stimulus checks were not targeted. These stimulus checks were a bad use of funds simply because, as of this point, they're considered a bad use of funds just because they are going to people that do not need them. And so that is what they're saying, that yes, this is great. The checks are going out in some cases, but they're going out to the wrong individuals. One issue that we're seeing right now is the $600 stimulus checks are coming too slow. If we could see them a little bit faster, that would be better. Banks right now are saying the Federal Reserve is at fault. They haven't released all the funds. The Federal Reserve is saying the banks are holding up payments. Right now, what I can tell you is even the debit cards that were sent out for the CARES Act that had $1,200 stimulus checks on them, those are not being they're not adding to those cards. And this is what Steve Mnuchin and the Treasury said before is the cards were already sent out. All we have to do is put more money on the cards. But here's the bad thing. Because there was so many cards stolen, there was a lot of fraud, they do not want to re-up those cards and put more money on those exact same cards. They're going to issue new cards. And if they don't issue you a new card, you will simply get a paper check. Well, checks are still going out and are expected to take at least another few weeks just to start being sent out. That is a big issue. Right now, this is truly a mess, which has a lot of people really worried. The good news, as of right now, is 4 states have begun sending out the $300 per week unemployment boost. These states include Arizona, California, New York, and Rhode Island. Right now, California and New York are number 1 and 2 for the amount of people that are currently unemployed. So that's good that they are receiving some funds. Connecticut and Washington State have already stated that they will start issuing the $300 per week benefit sometime in mid-January. As far as all the other states, none of them have given a timeline as to when these payments will be issued. Remember, even though these payments are being delayed for whatever reason, and a lot of it's coming from the states, even though these payments are being delayed, as long as you were unemployed before December 27th, you will get the full 11 weeks of benefits. This includes anybody on PEUC and PUA. So if you're on any unemployment program right now, you will get the full 11 weeks. It will expire on March 14th. Now, let's discuss what is going on with Mitch McConnell in the Senate, because this is a big topic. This is a huge topic leading up to the Georgia Senate runoff and the challenge of the Electoral College votes. Currently, what is being said is Mitch McConnell is losing control over the Republican-led Senate. Mitch McConnell has done very well, not as far as stimulus, no. As far as other things, absolutely not. But Mitch McConnell has done very well over the years, keeping the Republicans united, having a strong front. Now, what they're saying right now is it's not looking as good as it once was. Multiple Senate Republicans have gone on record to say they will contest the election on January 6th. The list of Republicans include people like Josh Hawley and Ted Cruz. What you need to understand is that this is not seen as a way to overturn the election. Overturning the election with a Democratic House and a lot of people, majority of the Senate, who are not going to contest the election, it's not going to happen. This is simply just going to delay the talks, delay the results. That's it. According to House Majority Leader Steny Hoyer, who's a Democrat, he anticipates at least 6 states will challenge the Electoral College votes. Now, I didn't know exactly what this meant and so I wanted to look into this, so I give you the correct information. But according to CNN Politics, just to give you an idea of what we can expect, here's what they're saying. I know it's CNN, but they're fairly accurate with what actually happens and the steps. As far as being, a little bit left, a little bit right, we know who they side with. But anyway, this is what they say. Each House challenge that is supported by a member of the Senate automatically sets up a 2-hour debate in each chamber, followed by a vote on the challenge. So if there's 6 states that challenge the Electoral College votes, that means we could have 12 hours of debate. That's quite a bit. Again, that's what it's going to delay. Also goes on to state, both chambers would have to agree to invalidate a state's Electoral College count. And with a Democratic majority in the House and a number of Republicans in the Senate saying they will not support this challenge, the votes are ultimately going to fail. Even the number 2 Republican in the Senate, John Thune, he said, and I quote, "This stunt will go down like a shot dog." It's a little blunt, it's a little graphic, but that's what he said. So again, this is just another way to delay the Electoral College votes and the election results. And what some people are saying, both Republican and Democrat, they're saying that the only reason why a lot of Republicans are doing this is because, and this is mainly for the main ones, and there's one main one in particular, but this is just a way to tap into President Trump's following. So, what they're saying is eventually these people could announce that they are planning on running for president in 2024. What many people expect, the one person that is going to run for president in 2024 is Senator, who's a Republican, Josh Hawley. Well, he is one of the most vocal people to come out and push for $2,000 stimulus checks. Well, what's his agenda there? Well, he was pushing for $1,200 stimulus checks first. Well, why would he push for a $2,000 stimulus check now? Because that's what President Trump asked for. So in order to cater to President Trump's following, he's going to do whatever President Trump wants. Well, $2,000 stimulus checks and contesting the election? Well, by doing that, he's kind of taking over the following that President Trump had. So if President Trump does not rerun for election, Josh Hawley could be another candidate. What we do know is that Mitch McConnell is trying to get all Senate Republicans, as of right now, to look united, at least for the next day, until after the Georgia Senate runoff. So what we can expect tomorrow, or at least after tomorrow's vote, more Republicans will either come out and challenge the Electoral College vote, or some will drop their challenge because it just doesn't matter anymore. Again, what we are seeing at this point is just more political games being played. And until we know who ultimately controls the Senate, we will see this today and tomorrow. And if this election, this Georgia Senate runoff gets contested, which many people expect this will get contested if both seats go to a Democrat. If both seats go to Democrats, then expect Republicans to challenge this election as well. Right now, what I can tell you, and this is somewhat good news based on the polls that we've been seeing, but what I can tell you is that according to odds makers, Democrats are predicted to win just one Senate seat. Right now, currently, Warnock has a 63.5% chance of winning over Kelly Loeffler, and Republican David Perdue has a 54% chance of winning over Jon Ossoff. They currently predict Republicans will hold the majority in the Senate. Now, right now, what I can tell you is odds makers are usually, they're fairly good at what they do. There's a lot of money invested. There's a lot of people that do play these odds and bet on this stuff. So because of that, they can't afford to be wrong, or at least that far off. So if this is any indication, we could see a Republican-controlled Senate for the next 2 years. Now, these numbers are extremely important simply because when it comes to the $2,000 stimulus checks, what happens and who controls the Senate will dictate what we see. If Democrats win both seats in the Senate, then expect a $2,000 stimulus check bill at least to be voted on. Whether it's passed or not, that's not the point. What the point is at this time is, it's a lot of points, but what the point is just to try to get a vote. That's what Bernie Sanders asked for. That's what Josh Hawley asked for. That's what Lindsey Graham asked for. A lot of Republicans, Bernie Sanders more of an independent, but a lot of people have asked, let's just have a vote. That's all senators want. Now, if Republicans win, then what we can expect is more negotiations. We can expect a smaller stimulus package. We could expect they wait until President Trump is out of office and Joe Biden takes office just to see how he reacts to their negotiation tactics. Keep in mind, it doesn't matter how many Senate Republicans support a $2,000 stimulus check. The only thing that matters at this point is just one man, Mitch McConnell. If Mitch McConnell continues to be the leader of the Senate, then more negotiations will have to happen before we see anything. That's what we know. That's a guarantee. Also, most expect Mitch McConnell to remain the leader of the Senate. And if he does, then what people are anticipating is he will wait until President Trump is gone. As of this point, he is tired of President Trump's games. He will most likely just wait until Joe Biden takes office, and then he will deal with the former senator himself. Being that Joe Biden used to be a senator for many years, he's worked with Mitch McConnell. They passed bills together when Joe Biden was the vice president, from 2008 to 2016. So he understands what it takes. He understands how he works. And many experts are saying Joe Biden and Mitch McConnell will work better together than Mitch McConnell did with President Trump. So we just have to wait and see what happens right now over the next few days. The good news, as of right now, is we are starting to see the $600 stimulus checks come out a lot faster. We're getting more checks coming out. Some people are saying Bank of America is saying that they could have to wait weeks before they see their stimulus check and the funds actually released. That's not good news. A lot of people use Bank of America. Now, some cards and checks are starting to be issued. We know that. I talked about that just a little bit ago. But they are being delayed. Unemployment benefits are coming for certain states. What we know is every state will be offering the $300 per week in unemployment benefits. However, and this is a big however, some states are much slower than others. Arizona, California, New York, I don't remember the other one, they all did right by their residents, by their people, and they are getting the money out as quickly as possible. That is good because New York and California, those two states, have a lot of people on unemployment. Right now, over 19 million people are on some form of unemployment. That's a huge number. So, this is not good news. Some states, Georgia is one of those states that have I believe close to 1 million people that are currently due some type of back pay for unemployment. Georgia, right now, their unemployment system is so slow. There are reports that some people have never received any form of unemployment benefits or boost ever since they applied back in March. That's not good. In California, they are constantly bombarded with scams, with more fraud. So what do? They take the lazy way, they take the lazy approach, and what they do is they just stop all payments until they can figure out how do they block certain scammers. How do they block certain people that are committing fraud? That is delaying more unemployment benefits, but that's currently their approach. What I can tell you right now, as more people receive this stimulus check, as more people hear about this debit card going out and stimulus checks or paper checks being issued, there are going to be more scams. There are going to be a lot of people that are pretty much tricked out of their stimulus check. So hopefully that's not you. The PPP program is coming very soon. Right now, we're getting a report saying that it should come out and we should start to be able to apply on January 6th. That's 2 days away. Hopefully, that's the case because right now, many people cannot wait. As far as the EIDL loan, it's still not open yet. We still not have seen any information on the EIDL loan and that $1,000 free grant money. So just stay tuned and I will update you as soon as we hear more there. Right now, these are the biggest issues. These are the biggest issues that people are facing. This is the reason why I just wanted to answer these questions for you guys, because I know a lot of people are wondering what's going on. As far as rental assistance, this is a big one and this is scary. As far as rental assistance, we do have 1 month of eviction protection. Okay, we have 1 month where we have a federal eviction moratorium. Nobody can be evicted from their homes until February 1st. The problem is multiple states have said they cannot even open this program, their rental assistance program, until maybe the middle to possibly the end of January. What this means is you will have to get your application in as quick as possible. They will have to review it. They will have to ask you for any verifications or whatever else they need. They will have to probably talk to your landlord. Then they will issue a check. The landlord will have to cash it before you cannot become evicted. The hard part about this is if they do this in, let's say, the final week of January, they have 1 week until February 1st. 1 week is not enough time to get through millions and millions of applications. Another issue, is that right now it's estimated that we have roughly $70 to $75 billion in back rent. However, there's only $25 billion issued to the rental assistance programs, and this is for the entire country. So they are currently only offering less than a third of what we should actually be getting for rental assistance. Because of this, many Americans are not going to see a penny of rental assistance. So with that said, try to reach out to your local housing authority, try to reach out to local groups, churches, different programs, and get on the list for any type of rental assistance, because I guarantee you, millions of people will become evicted simply because there's not enough funding. So that's what we know right now regarding stimulus, regarding rental assistance, the PPP program, what's going on with Mitch Mcconnell, the Georgia Senate runoff, and even the election challenge that will happen on January 6th. So if you have any questions, please ask them down in the comment section below. Just want to thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing so I can continue to keep you updated on everything that's going on, and I'll see you guys on the next one.